Well, to start off 2014, one of the things I never had planned on doing, going back to a month or two, was thinking I was going to be making a video talking about the Eagles being in the playoffs. And here they are. Not only in the playoffs, but hosting a game at home. I was just so blatantly wrong on this team and my predictions, but you know what? Hey, I'll take being wrong in this circumstance. Holy fuck. Now, I know. A lot of you just want to hop right on to that Saints choo-choo train coming right to Philadelphia, especially you bitter Dallas fans that jumped right on the Saints bandwagon to cheer for them and hope that they defeat the Eagles here. Now, I don't care who's cheering for the Saints and who's not. As far as Philadelphia goes and the Eagles fans go, there is nothing that can happen, as far as I'm concerned, other than one thing, and I'll get to that one thing in a second. There's nothing that can happen here that I'll turn on the camera after this game and go, I am so fucking disappointed in this team. So fucking utterly disappointed in this team. I can't believe this. They got to the wild card round. They fucking lost at home to the Saints. I can't think of but one thing, and I'll get to that in a second, that would make me draw that conclusion. Never lose sight of where this team was the past few years. Never lose sight of the 4-win mess of quitters and just barely triers, if triers is a word. This fucking team was such a mess just 1 year ago to now a 7 out of 8 game win, well, not win streak, but winning 7 out of the last 8 games and taking that momentum into the playoffs to a home game against the Saints. I can't be anything but satisfied and impressed with that, because the future is what I'm really looking at here. Do I want the Eagles to win a Super Bowl right here and now? Fuck yeah, I do. Do I think there's a chance they can do it? I think there is a chance they can do it. Do I realistically think they're going to do it? No. But the Saints are beatable. The Saints are beatable, people. Never lose sight of what this team has been this year. This is a team that got torched pretty good by the Rams, that lost to a basically out-of-it Jets team. This team is beatable. And specifically where they're beatable is on the road. When, what did they win, 2 or 3 games on the road? One of them was like Tampa, the other one Atlanta, like... Anyway, Drew Brees has never to this point in time won a game on the road. Never won a playoff game on the road. He's won plenty of games on the road. But you know what? I've heard that talk before. I've heard that talk when Tampa came to town in the NFC Championship game, the last game at Veterans Stadium, where, well, Tampa's never won a game where it's been under 30 degrees, and it was 10 degrees that day in Philadelphia, and Tampa went on to the Super Bowl to beat the Raiders and win. I really don't give a shit what Drew Brees hasn't done in the road on the playoffs, what the Saints haven't done on the road in the playoffs. Because I'll tell you what, this game scares me. This game scares me. Now, I know the Saints have a top 5 ranked defense, and it's a pretty impressive defense, but I was more impressed with the Eagles beating the Arizona Cardinals defense. I think that Cardinals defense is much more geared to stop a team like the Eagles than the Saints defense is. But that aside, the defense is going to play a pretty rough game here. But when I see someone like Jimmy Graham, and I see what happened last week in Dallas, to what Jason Witten did with Michael Kendricks having to cover him the whole game, and I go, if what I saw Jason Witten do, and I personally feel that Jimmy Graham is, I think at this stage in his career, twice the player Jason Witten is. I think both are going to go on to be Hall of Fame players. Jason Witten is without a doubt. That scares the fucking shit out of me. Because you see what happens when Kendricks breaks off coverage or Kendricks gets beat on coverage. You have to rely on a fuck like Patrick Chung to flank over in the safety position and clean up mess. And I ain't fucking liking that. Now, I know Earl Wolf is supposed to be back, which he's going to be playing with a fucked up knee that hopefully is fully healed. We need him to have the game of his fucking career. Because that Dallas game, they brought over in flank safety coverage to shut down Dez, to try and shut down Dez. And you saw what happened when they went one-on-one with Dez. That 4th and 9 pass when they went an all-out blitz on Orton, left Dez on his own to get a solo tackle, breaks that solo tackle, takes it to the house for a touchdown. The Eagles secondary is not a good point-of-attack, first tackle type team. They'll get you a lucky interception here and there. They'll get you a lucky batted down pass here and there. But man, when you have big menacing receivers and a tight end that is a big clunky motherfucker that is going to take slot passes up the ass and eat your fucking linebackers and safeties for breakfast, I do not like that. And I do not like the fact that Drew Brees is one of the most prolific passers that we've ever seen in this generation. He's a certified Hall of Famer himself. Sproles is just a dual threat catching passes out of the backfield and just taking the ball on the ground. And we know how good the Saints are. This is a team that won the Super Bowl just a few years ago and has a lot of those key pieces there and has a lot of better pieces in certain spots than they had when they won the Super Bowl. So to say that, I'm going to sit here and confidently say Eagles are going to win this game. As confidently as I said last week the Eagles were going to beat the Cowboys, you got to be kidding yourselves, people. But that's just how the Eagles seem to like it. They've seemed to pull off a number of upsets here. Winning 7 out of 8 is no joke. Never lose sight that this was a team that was 3-5 this year. 3-5! Do you guys remember when the Eagles were 3-5? Who thought they were going to the fucking playoffs? That team did, because they busted out 7 out of 8 wins. They got behind Chip Kelly. They got behind Billy Davis. Billy Davis, oh my God. Oh, I wanted you so fucking fired by week 8, but my God. Please, please pull your defensive squad together in this game, Billy, because boy, if there's a game we need you to show up, this is it. But what's to say the Saints are going to be able to stop Shady? What's to say the Saints are going to stifle the just insane numbers and the insane passing percentage that Nick Foles has right now? Man, I really don't think that this game is clear-cut one way or the other. Because, like I said in that video I made a couple days ago, after the Eagles beat Dallas, the Eagles are, and I don't want to call them like the Giants, but they have that Giants feel to them where they're clicking and gelling at the right place at the right time. They're that hot team where Giants went into Lambeau Field 2 years ago and they were like, they're not going to knock down Aaron Rodgers. This is a 15-1 team and they're going into Lambeau Field. The Giants aren't going to fucking win, and then all of a sudden, Giants fucking slapped them right in the fucking mouth. Embarrassed them at home. Wasn't even a close game. Wasn't even close. So everyone that just wants to get so excited and just, like, you know, underestimate a team that is getting hot at the right time like the Eagles are, check history. Check fucking history. I know how good Drew Brees is. I know how good that offense is. I ain't going to say that, oh yeah, they're going to smack them right in the face like the Giants slapped the Packers in the face 2 years ago. I ain't going to say that. But what I am going to say is, don't be surprised if it fucking happens. Because the Eagles have blown up on more than one time out of nowhere. Again, they faced a top 10 defense in the Raiders earlier this year and put up a 50-plus spot on them. Who the fuck saw that coming? This offense has the power to put up a shit ton of fucking points. And they got the motivation of earning a home game. They got a team that plays piss poor out of the dome this year that is going to be coming into a game that's projected to have a starting temperature of 25 degrees. There's a lot of things that seem to be tipped in the Eagles' favor. Straight up truth though, Philadelphia, I don't see the Eagles winning this game. I mean, I wish I could be a homer and just say, they're going to fucking win. They're going to find a way to win. I just don't see the Eagles winning this game. And as I said before, the only one thing that I would be disappointed loss-wise for the Eagles, only possible thing that would infuriate me making a post-game video Saturday is if the Eagles take a huge lead into the fourth quarter, like a double-digit lead, and then fucking piss it away. Anything other than that, you're not going to hear me tear apart anyone. If Nick Foles throws 3 interceptions, he throws 3 interceptions. Shady fumbles the ball twice and leads to 2 touchdowns taken to the house, then it happens. It's not going to change the level of optimism I have for this team and the level of optimism I feel for them right now. Because frankly, they shouldn't even have been in the playoffs this year. The Eagles shouldn't have been in the playoffs this year. The reason being is that it was Dallas's division to lose. Dallas should have had that division wrapped up with a little gift bow and everything and said, oh, guess what, Philadelphia, you're playing us for nothing. Because Dallas blew a double-digit lead to Detroit in the fourth quarter and blew a double-digit lead to Green Bay in the fourth quarter. Dallas closes out and wins those 2 games and doesn't fucking choke epically in both of those games. That Week 17 game doesn't mean shit and Eagles are playing for nothing. But as for the future, I see the little G-men that could becoming the old G-men that can't. I see the Redskins just being a burning tire fire, a burning heap of tire fire, and Dallas is Jerry Jones and Garrett still in charge. They're just going to be the perpetual 8-8 team. And you see the Eagles, you got to wonder, like, oh my God, I can't wait to see the pieces that Chip Kelly really wants to put in place here and takes more time to craft this team, gets more guys to follow his logic. I am just so looking forward to next year already, but this year ain't over yet. And there's still that glimmer of hope that this season can continue on and on. So, everyone that wants to hop on the Saints bandwagon, go ahead. Everyone that hates the Eagles, hop right on the Saints bandwagon. And if your team isn't in the playoffs, then go ahead and enjoy watching football that isn't your team playing this weekend. Do I realistically think the Eagles are going to win? Absolutely not, because, frankly, I haven't seen this Eagles team beat a really, really good quarterback, and that is what you're facing this week. I mean, you face the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you beat Eli Manning, who's having the worst year of his career, and a bunch of other people. I would feel so more certain in this game if this team held their own against a really good quarterback this year. The one best quarterback they faced was Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning put up a 50-plus spot on him. Now, granted, that was going way back to Week 3, and, that's a completely different team now compared to then, but at the same time, I'm not going to be stunned if the Eagles pull this out. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it was the biggest upset ever. I can't believe the Eagles beat the Saints. This is the most miraculous win in playoff history. I'm not going to say anything like that because I think the Eagles have an honest-to-God shot of winning this game. Do I think they will? Straight up, no, I don't. No, I don't. I can't be a homer and just say they are. Homer, get it? Homer Simpson. Anyway. So, there you go. It's going to be a great game either way. Just seeing a home game in Philadelphia again in the playoffs is just so refreshing and reassuring. A rookie coach taking his team to 10 wins and going into the playoffs. How can you have a sour taste after just seeing that? The future is bright in Philadelphia. Don't get down in Philadelphia. Yeah, I do want this team to succeed. Yeah, I would like to see him win a Super Bowl this year, but man, my optimism's off the charts. Again, not that I'm fully jumping onto, oh, we'll wait for next year. Because there is a chance that they can run the table here. A chance, albeit a slim one. You're going to need a lot of luck along the way on top of that chance, but we'll take this one game at a time, people. Anyway, rest of the wild card round here. Kansas City at Indianapolis. Oh my goodness, you Saints. I mean, you Saints. Jesus, I can't get the fucking Saints out of my head. You Chiefs fans. Oh, boy, you guys got humbled pretty fucking quick, man. Pretty fucking quick. I mean, it's amazing. This team lost. All their games this year that they lost were to the best teams they played. If this team isn't the biggest fucking fraud I've seen going into the playoffs, I don't know what is. Indianapolis is going to carve that fucking Chiefs team up. The two best teams the Chiefs faced were the Chargers and the Broncos, and they lost 4 times to those two teams. Oh my God, I can't wait to see Andy Reid get exposed next year because he's not going to get this fucking softy schedule he got from a 2-win team coming into this year. Oh my God, he's gonna get a schedule where he's gonna face top tier opponents, and boy, oh, it ain't gonna be fucking pretty. It ain't gonna be fucking pretty by a long shot. Indianapolis, look for Andrew Luck to carve that fucking team up. My God, even without Reggie Wayne, I don't even have an ounce of doubt that Indianapolis is going to win this game at home. Again, that Chiefs team, great solid defensive squad, but you face a team that is better than decent on both ends of the ball, and the Chiefs can't win. Chiefs can't win. But Archfiend, didn't the Chiefs beat the Eagles earlier this year? Yeah, they did. Michael Vick fucking sucked. Anyway, yeah, New Orleans at Philadelphia, the second game on Saturday. Of course, I picked New Orleans to win. San Diego at Cincinnati. Oh, and by the way, to the end of that Chiefs game. Actually, no, I'll save this for the end here. San Diego at Cincinnati. San Diego fans, I don't know if you know this, but there's a little trend going back 4 years now, and this would be year number 5, where the first home opponent for the Philadelphia Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl. They played the Saints 4 years ago in their home opener. Saints went on to win the Super Bowl. Then they played, was it the Giants or Green Bay? I'm trying to think. Oh no, the Green Bay won the Super Bowl, and then the Giants the next year. Both of those two teams played the Eagles in the home opener. Last year, the Eagles played the Ravens in the Philadelphia home opener. This year, who, little trivia question for you, who did the Philadelphia Eagles play in their home game opener? Oh, it was the San Diego Superchargers. Now, this could be interesting because I think San Diego has an honest shot to win this game. I know Cincinnati is on a tear at home, and the little gingerbread man kid at quarterback is doing a fantastic job. But that would be just fucking insane if the Chargers, which I think they have an even slimmer chance of winning the Super Bowl than the Eagles do, but if the Chargers fucking win the Super Bowl and it's 5 consecutive years of the team that plays the fucking home opener against the Eagles, that would be fucking insane. Like I'd be excited if I was like a Jaguars fan and the Jags end up playing the home opener against Philly. I'd be like, yes! Yes! We stand a shot at winning the Super Bowl this year. But anyway, as for the actual game here, I'm sorry, Chargers, but I see Cincinnati winning this game. I'm sorry, but if they do win, people are going to start talking, uh-oh, that Eagles home karma or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. There should be an official name given to it now because that's pretty ridiculous that 4 years in a row, the team that played the Eagles in the Philadelphia home opener went on to win the Super Bowl. That's just, the statistical probability of that is absurd to think about it. Anyway, so the second game on Sunday, and the final game of the wild card round here, is the 49ers at Green Bay. I think this is going to be a really, really tough, close game. I honestly think it's a coin flip type game. I would have so much more confidence in the 49ers if they didn't falter in the beginning of the season and look so soft. They really didn't get shit together until week 5, 6 and lost to the Packers. The Packers won in a pretty convincing manner, and if it wasn't for that, I would be just so willing to say the Niners are going to win on the road in Lambeau, and it doesn't even matter. Aaron Rodgers is back, and oh man, this is a Packer team that they were just crippled, stifled, whatever word you want to say, when Chicago put Aaron Rodgers out with that broken collarbone. They just look like shit. They went on to lose a couple games, and then they get that tie, and then all of a sudden they get that epic comeback win in Dallas without Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Rodgers comes back and they have an epic comeback win against Chicago, and I don't care about that fumble. It wasn't reversed, and I know people are going to cry about that, but anyway, Chicago didn't deserve to fucking win the division anyway. But this is a team that just has mojo on their side right now, and with it being at Lambeau and with Rodgers being back, 49ers, I won't be stunned for a second if you win this game, but I honestly see Green Bay winning this game. Honestly do. And I really thought, going into this, going back to, week 16, I was like, yeah, the 49ers, they're really gelling and they're going to tear through the playoffs. But then when I saw they got that matchup against Green Bay, I was like, ooh, you do not want to come across Green Bay right now. That's just, especially at home, that's just a bad, bad game you don't want to be a part of. And I see Green Bay coming out with the win there. All right. So, there you go. Wild card predictions. As for last week, I went 11-5 with my picks. Just some closing thoughts on the season. The Carolina-Atlanta game, good for you, Carolina, winning that by getting that second seed. So much talk about Tony Gonzalez in that game. And him, wanting to win one more time for Tony. And it's just like, who cares about winning one more regular season for Tony? The reason why he came back was to get a ring on his finger, and that's all he cares about. That's all he should care about at this stage in his career. Yeah, he wants to win every game he's a part of. I'm not, slating him in that way, but winning one more game and leaving on a winning note, like, would that really fucking matter at all? And just forcing that down our throats this past week and all during the game. And I'm like, I really don't think Tony would be satisfied one bit more or less if Atlanta won that game. Like, not at all. I mean, the guy came back. He was basically retired going into the end of last season. He came back for one more season. And, I mean, you'd hope that a guy like that would just, call it a day, because it's going to get to the point where you can only take so many more tackles, and the guy has relatively good health, having played so many fucking games, and he has nothing to be ashamed of in his career. He's going to go down as the greatest tight end that ever played the game. But anyway, I don't know, the win one more for the Gonzalez. That was just, whatever. The Jets basically exposed Miami for the complete playoff fraud that they were. I've never seen a team lay down and die in the final 2 weeks of the season when they had that perfect opportunity to just basically win their way into the playoffs and just shit the bed in back-to-back consecutive weeks. Congratulations to the G-Men for beating the Deadskins and giving the St. Louis Rams a second pick in the draft due to Washington trading away their destiny and hope for the next few years to the Rams. Man, that's scary to think that Washington could have had a nice second pick in the draft if they didn't go through that RG3 trade that basically netted them one NFC East championship. And I mean, do we really think Washington's going to do anything next year? Do we see much hope in RG3? Anyway, moving along, Pittsburgh beating Cleveland. Cleveland, I told you at the beginning of the season, you're going to regret, not that Cleveland had a say in this, like the fans or anything, You guys are going to regret the day that Joe Banner was given power to hire and fire whoever the fuck he wants on this team. Because now you got a first-year coach that I don't know what the fuck you expected him to do with a quarterback carousel, and you know, getting your best running back traded away to the Colts and Trent Richardson. It's like, okay, yeah, you put together 4 wins for us, but get the fuck out of here. That's Joe Banner. That's Joe Banner football for you. I just sit through it here for countless years and watch him as he pushed Brian Dawkins right out the fucking door to Denver. I had to sit here and watch one of my favorite players go bye-bye. Watch the heart and soul of my defense just go bye-bye because of this fucking guy. So that's who you got, and that's what you're going to have to put up with. Joe Banner for, I don't know what the fuck his logic is in his head, but he's going to do whatever he wants to do, whether it's good for business or not. It's his way or the highway, and your coach found that out the hard way. Sucks for you, and it sucks for you, Pittsburgh, that you basically got fucked out of a playoff spot by non-calls and suggestive missed kicks by kickers who might have had money on a game. Anyways, Pittsburgh almost pulled off an epic playoff entry, having to rely on 3 other teams to lose and them to win their game, and holy shit, it was all set in stone, and then the Chiefs screwed the pooch and let the Chargers win, and they stacked too many men on the side of the field on the kick, and the refs missed the call, and oh, fuck Pittsburgh. I'd be fucking fuming if I were you. Anyway, Chicago, yeah, that was a fumble, but like I said, you didn't even deserve to win the NFC North because you fucking shit the bed so many times in the end of the season here. The Patriots, are they winning the Super Bowl again? Against all odds, with a roster that you go, who is this, who is this, who is this, who is this, but they fucking win? Let's see, any other closing thoughts I have here? I think it's no real set-in-stone path for any one team right now. The one team, I'll basically give you my favorite for both leagues right now. The Broncos in the AFC, as long as Peyton Manning doesn't go one and done, like is typical for his entire career. And the team I fear the most in the NFC is Carolina right now. I wouldn't want to face either of those teams in the playoffs, but if the Eagles win, we're going to have to go through Carolina. But like I said, we'll take it 1 week at a time. We'll take the Saints right now. Philly back in the playoffs. Fucking watching football again in Philadelphia in January. It's a nice feeling. Missed it for the past few years, and again, I can't see me being too upset with what the outcome is here. And it's, again, not that I'm setting my standards so low, but it's that my optimism for the future is so high. So, let's see where we get done, Philly. This is a winnable game for the Eagles. I mean, all those people out there, especially those Dallas fans that are bitter as fuck, saying, "Oh, the Eagles are going to get carved up by Drew Brees. Just chalk it up as a win already." That's the spot that Philadelphia likes to be in. The Eagles hear this. The Eagles hear people giving them no shot. Get it done, Philly. Get it done on the fucking field. Prove someone like me wrong. I don't think you can win this game. Prove me wrong. Prove everyone that's jumping on the Saints bandwagon wrong. Get it the fuck done. Have a good day, everyone. Fuck the Dallas Cowboys. I'll throw it in one more time. Take care, guys.